Did you? No. What's in there? No.
As we all know, Helen Thomas said go back to Poland. We're going back to Poland, but on our terms, not hers. I see that Helen Thomas go to Helsinki, and I don't mean Finland.
What about the Gaza people in the flotilla? They said go back to Auschwitz.
Go back to Auschwitz. We're going to Auschwitz, but on our conditions, our terms, not theirs. We're going to show them, baby. We're going to pick up all the clues that's left and get it out of the country. Okay, we're on Mincha right now.
Alright, so we're at Newark Airport. We're taking off for Warsaw in about 20 minutes. I'm really excited to get there. It's really our people's history. It should be really good and emotional. Also, it's kind of sad. It's our last thing we're going to do as a full class. Probably seeing a lot of these people for the last time. So, I mean, it should be really emotional, fun, and just a really good life experience. See you on the other side.
My body feels 1/4 rested, my brain's not rested, but I'm ready to go to Poland and hopefully stop in Yusufov and find the grave of my great-great-grandfather, David Spodek, on my grandmother's side, and that would be really cool.
So we're in the Warsaw Cemetery right now, seeing a lot of graves, a lot of different inscriptions on them. Important to remember that W's are pronounced like V's and V's are W's. People are actually tired.
It's very interesting to see how the life pre-war in Warsaw was like similar to life is for us in America in the tri-state area, how the Jews flourished. So it's interesting to learn about how, you know, their lives are comparable to ours.
A few days ago, when we were going to my Donic, so I kind of was like sleeping on the bus, and I woke up, and
Donic is on your right.
And I didn't really know where we were going. I just knew like we were getting out and we were going to my Donic. So I got out of the bus and we were walking on the path, and then all of a sudden I didn't even intentionally do it. I kind of like turned my head, and then I saw the fence, barracks, and then crematory in the back all on one side, and like just like a chill went down my body, and like I can't really describe that. And it's like every movie that I've ever seen just kind of came together in like one moment. It's just like I had that single like glance in my mind. I just turned right back and that was it. And I just walked out. That's weird. It's really weird.
What you're about to experience over the next 12 hours has never happened to you before. Please God, if it goes over, it won't happen to you again. And therefore, your body has no way to judge what's about to happen to you.
Story of a young woman who was about your age. She was 16 or 17 years old. Her name is Helena Birnbaum. Armed Nazis jumped out and scattered to cut off all the streets except those leading to the Umschlag. We were caught. They brought us to the Umschlagplatz, to that 100 times accursed Umschlag, drenched in blood and tears.
I didn't have a personal connection, but when we were reading Helena Birnbaum's story, the last line, she was walking with her mom, it really just touched me because like I can't imagine what it would be like not knowing this was the last time. Like, sorry, I slept with my mom. And sad.
So what was really powerful for me was all the shoes at my Madonna because it was something tangible that gave a face to everyone and a real personality. And even just today, I was sitting on the sidewalk looking at everyone's shoes, and I thought to myself, I can literally tell everyone who they are just by their shoes. And it really hit home for me how powerful just like one pair of shoes can really be.
At like the gas chamber we went into, that like it was like in the same room, like a shower that was a real shower, and then like you walk in a little further and it was the gas chamber, and how like it was so like it crept up on them so much, and like no one like expected anything like that to happen.
The blue up here, you see blue here in a few areas. Blue is the residue, the way the cyanide interacts with the concrete. You can see that in all the gas chambers. You can see it in Auschwitz as well.
Everyone throws around like this big number, 6 million, and everyone like, wants to feel really sad about it. And they try and do that in their own way, but sometimes it's hard to internalize what 6 million actually is. Similar to what Schmidt just said, but Dorota was telling a story today. She was like referring to some kid like as David, and she was just telling a story about David, and it just hit me like each one of these 6 million people had families, people they loved, people who loved them, hobbies, interests, things they liked to do before the war. On like a Saturday afternoon, like they were real people, like just like everyone. Like it's not just a 6 million, it's not just a number. Like, each one was its own person, and it's just like that at that point, like really hit home, like how big of a massacre it was.
This trip more brought out the fact that humans have such capacity to do such evil things. Like, each camp that we went to just reveals more and more just how cruel and how methodical the Nazis' plans were. I mean, I hold grudges, kind of, so sometimes, so the fact that I went to Belchet's and we saw their record keeping, and AJ and Meister were looking through the records and they were saying how really fantastic their record keeping was. It's all for the killing of these people. It really shows you just how evil people can be.
This is the site of the murder of about 500,000 victims of the Belzhitz death camp, established for the purpose of killing the Jews of Europe, whose lives were brutally taken between February and December 1942 by Nazi Germany. Earth, do not cover my blood. Let there be no resting place for my outcry. Job 16:18.
But still, just when we went to Belzhitz and we saw just the massiveness of the monument or the stone, it's just so massive and awesome. Well, it's not 6 million, it's probably a lot less for that matter. It helps you understand how big a number 6 million is when you see just so many of one thing in one spot at once. And that really just touched me and made me feel what 6 million was.
So we've been going to all these different camps, and everywhere we go, we see names everywhere. And we read the poem like L'choli Shei Shem. And for me, I couldn't really grasp if just a name is whatever. And like literally 2 minutes ago, when I was just spacing out, looking at the back of Schwab's sweatshirt, like trying to find my name. And I realized, like for me, like you know these names, and everyone in the sweatshirt like is a person. Like I know everyone here, and it kind of just hit home, like what one name actually means.